y'all, and welcome to another installment of Sweet Dreams. All right, y'all. Tonight we are making my molten chocolate chip toffee crunch cookies. Okay, these cookies are so delicious, and we're starting off with some sweet cream, unsalted butter. We're gonna add in some sugar, some regular organic sugar cane sugar. We're gonna add in some dark brown sugar. And the measurements are about a half a cup of each. So that's one full stick of butter and half a cup of cane sugar and half a cup of dark brown sugar. So now you want to cream that together, and it should look like this. And now you want to add in one egg. These cookies are so delicious, y'all. We're going to pour in some vanilla. And y'all already know this is relaxation station. How y'all doing today? Welcome, family. I am so happy to see you guys. And you know what we came here to do. So right now we're going to do some deep breathing. We're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouths. And we are just going to usher in the good vibrations and the really just leavening of our spirits, right? So let's breathe in deeply. Breathe in. Beautiful cleansing breath. Breathe in and out. And right now I'm about to add in a quarter of a teaspoon of baking soda, and I've also added in a quarter of a teaspoon of salt, fleur de sel salt, which is so lovely in these cookies because it's just like little pops of balance throughout the sweetness of these cookies. Just delicious, y'all. You gonna see what I'm saying. Now we have all of our wet ingredients and a couple of our dry ingredients already mixed in, and so now we're gonna start adding in our flour. This was such a beautiful dough, so simple to work with. This is a very delicious and simple recipe, whether you're using a stand mixer or not. Stand mixer or no, do you feel me? These cookies are beautiful, and I suggest that you try this recipe. And now we're adding in slowly about a cup and a half of some gold medal flour. But you know how I am. I like to add my flour in increments. I don't just go dunking everything in there because that would be way too much flour. And that would give our cookies a very cakey, doughy kind of consistency. And there are some cookies that are like that, and they are delicious too. And they put frosting on them and stuff. Some of them things pretty fire. But that's not what we're making today. We are making molten chocolate chip toffee crunch cookies. Ooh, delightful. Okay. So now this is beautiful. You want it like that. And while it was off camera, I added in a secret ingredient. And I can't tell you what that is because at some point these cookies gonna be, packaged up and sold as well. So it's like certain things I can't.
You saw them already beginning to do the stuff.
No, it said come in every recipe simply because of that reason, right?
So all we gotta do for them to open it up.
Everybody, let's go ahead and let's breathe in deeply. guys, these semi-sweet chocolate morsels that I'm going to be using are quite frankly some of the best chocolate chips I ever tasted in my life. I mean, these were delicious. Okay, they're called Guittard. Very beautiful, not too sweet, not super bitter, but very balanced and delicious. And then I added in that whole bag of Heath bar, and that's where we're gonna get the crunch and the toffee from. Oh my god, y'all! If you've never put Heath bar or Butterfingers, if you like those flavors, into your baked goods, well, then what are you waiting for? What are you doing? I make a very beautiful candy bar brownie as well that is just beautiful. I may have to go ahead and share their recipes with you guys here on this platform because it is just fantastic, y'all. Oh my god. And so now that we have our cookie dough mixed up to this point, we're going to put it in the refrigerator. We're not going to try to put together the cookies right now because, I mean, I like to let my cookie dough solidify before I start to form the actual cookies because they're going to be stuffed. And you don't want to try to work with cookie dough right after it's been freshly mixed because it will melt in your hand. Even if you have a flour child, that stuff will just be mushy as a banshee. And so I'm glad. I'm really glad that they turned out the way that they did. And normally I don't wear gloves when I do my baked goods, but I did this for a couple of purposes. One, I don't want to heat up the cookie dough too much. So the gloves are kind of like a barrier for the heat of my hands, as well as to where they just won't stick to my fingers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you see how I take the cookie dough in my hand, measure it out for how big I want the cookies to be, pat it, and make like a divot inside the middle of the cookie. And then add in the melted chocolate, because this is the same type of chocolate that you use to make chocolate strawberries or chocolate dipped, anything. And so that's the same kind of chocolate, which I found highly beautiful and interesting because I love to make like chocolate ganache, different things of that nature. It's just so beautiful and delicious. And to know that you were the one that created that makes it's one of those feelings that is unmanageable. Because it's just such a happy feeling. It's just like, oh my God, I get to create these things and they taste really good. And it's relaxing. Y'all, I feel so relaxed right now. I know it sounds like I'm kind of probably a little bit falling asleep while I'm doing this. Because this morning after I had got the kids off to school, I had went directly, because I just was ready, child. So I went to the park and I got some stretching in. Because see, this is what I've learned. It is not a weight loss journey. My weight is not the basis of my issues. This is a journey of just, self-awareness and decompression and stress management and letting things go and letting things be and focusing on, like I say, what actually matters in life. I'm not going to live my whole life feeling as though it's always about something other than just purely enjoying myself, like for real. You know what I mean? We work these jobs and we, have all these different goals and things like that, and then you blink and you look up and it's like, okay, well, all of that was for what? You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, like I always say, there's nothing wrong with achieving goals, there's nothing wrong with having goals. I think that's very important. You know what I'm saying? Self actualization is an important thing. However, I do also feel that it's definitely important to enjoy the journey. Like, success is not the destination. Success is what you feel along that journey every time you fail, or and then you get better, you know what I mean? Or every time you do something very well and you don't shy away from that good feeling that comes along with accomplishing something. You know what I'm saying? The goal is to grow, not shrink. You feel me? So I think that's a beautiful thing. So it's not a journey of, oh, when I lose this weight, I'm going to be happy. When I do this, I'm going to be. It's all about enjoying and decompression and focusing and putting my mind in the places and spaces that I know will be so much more helpful for not just myself, but my family, my community. It's a ripple effect, and what we put out there in the world, you know what I'm saying, that is what is going to revert back to us in one way or another, in some form or shape or another. So now what you see is I was going to do 4 rolls on this cookie sheet, but these some big cookies, child. So I'm only going to do 3 rolls, and that's to give these cookies some space to expand as they bake. And so did you guys see how I did that, how I stuffed them with the chocolate? It's going to be so beautiful. And the molten part, because I love lava cakes and stuff like that, I was watching this movie called Chef, and I love this movie because he was going off about them molten lava cakes. He was like, hold on, because let me tell you. If you've ever seen Chef, you know what I'm talking about. If you have not, I'm going to put a picture of the movie, movie advertisement or whatever right about here. Watch that movie, y'all. It's so doggone good. And that is what made me really, that's something that I look at as far as like having people that are critical of me, critical of my work, things of that nature, and just learning that it's not about them. In the grand scheme of things, it's not about what other people think about you. It's about the art and the love and the flavor that you create from your own soul, right? It's about what you actually find happiness in. You feel me? That's what it's all about. That's the whole point. So now we're going to breathe in and release. We're going to breathe in and release. Breathe in deep, and release. Yes. Y'all, I feel so wonderful right now. That is such a good feeling intrinsically. It's one of those things where you just get it, You spend all that time, it's like trying to figure out this or that. But it kind of feels like once you go within yourself and you figure out your own energy and you create those boundaries and you start to figure things out, it's like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the key isn't what everybody else thinks about you. It's about what you think about you. And it's okay to not be so god doggone hard on yourself, right? I am my toughest critic. And I had to learn to get the hell out of my own way and to stop allowing my mind to feed into itself so much, you know? Oh my God, you can't do this like that because Kuyana did, you know, that kind of thinking. So I revitalized my thinking. Like, don't get me wrong, I have a very high confidence. I have a very high self-esteem, and the way that I feel about myself, I wouldn't want to be anybody else, child. And that's the truth. I love me, all parts of me. You feel me? So, and there's no buts about that. That's it. That's the end of that sentence. Period. Because once you realize that you love you, it makes it so much easier to love yourself. And it makes it so much easier when you realize that it's okay to do that. You know what I'm saying? People gonna come around. People, you know, I feel like if I stay true to myself, look at that. Oh yes, and I bake these on 350. And they, watch, when you guys see how golden and beautiful these cookies came out, look at that. Oh my gosh. And from right here, you can see like the toffee. The inside of the cookie that's shiny like that is like the melted pieces of toffee. Oh my God. It's one of them that you're going to be able to see the pieces of toffee. Look how beautiful that is. And I know y'all don't see the golden hearts and the golden stars. And you know why? Because I had wanted to eat these cookies so bad that I literally forgot to put on my glitter child. Don't hold it against me, y'all. But look at this. I love this new setup. I really do. It's so beautiful and peaceful. And the way that my desk is set up is right in front of my window. So when you see how that toffee just, oh, and look at that, beautifully baked. Y'all, look at this. Look at this. That is beautiful. See how it's melted on the inside. That beautiful pocket of chocolate. Here, get y'all a bite too. I didn't forget about you. So now we are just going to breathe in deeply and exhale. And this time, when you breathe in, when you breathe out, when you exhale, I want you to go, right? I love when we do that because it just feels so, it's such a beautiful release. Look at that chocolate. Look at that. Oh, it's molten. That is beautiful right there. Okay. All right, so breathe in deeply, y'all, through your noses. That is such a good release, y'all. Ooh, that's a release and a relief, okay? And so now I'm just going to allow you guys to watch me eat these cookies and enjoy myself and stuff. And I really appreciate you guys, and it's so much love. I want you to know that okay to de-stress. It's okay to identify stressors in your life. It's a natural occurrence, you know what I'm saying, to have certain levels of stress from work, from parenthood, from whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ever gonna sit up and try to play the role like, oh, I ain't having nothing stressing me in my life, child. What's stress? You know, that is denial. That is denial, child. Now there are different levels of stress, and there's certain levels of stress I thank God I don't have to deal with. You feel me? And that's, I think, with all of us. We have different things that is like, oh, thank God, you're appreciative of not having to go through certain things. But yeah, stress is a real thing for all of us. So this is a place of just letting that down, sitting that shit down at the door, and just relaxing and relating and releasing that negative energy, not holding on to it, because sometimes like a lot of the times it don't be, it's not the energy that's negative within you. It could be external, and then it turns internally negative when you hold on to it. You don't identify it, you don't know how to release it, you don't get that relief. So then you feel those knots in the shoulder and this, that. Oh, I got some stuff for that too, y'all. Then this next video that's coming up after this one, I'm going to show you guys different techniques and stuff like that to release those energies, different movements that I do that help me. I'm not a doctor, but I am very much so a healer, and I love to see people feeling better. All right, and so draw your minds in and let's get some breathing in, and we're going to just do some quiet breathing. I know I feel so much more relaxed, and I hope you do too. Everything was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And thank you guys. Good night. Mwah.